Hello. Welcome. As always, this is not a combo guide, a tier list, play this character, or any of that just today. This is a series of case studies on new characters in Dragon Ball FighterZ, and today we're covering Goku Blaze. Now, the type of character at a glance, when we first look at Goku, he feels like he has everything, right? It's got a great 2M. Take this on a second. Got a great 2M. Actually, I'll use that. It's got a great 2M, great confirmable 2M that he can confirm into big damage. You know, obviously in the mid range, close range, he's got a command grab. Really hard to react to. He's got this weird move here. This is his shoulder, which a lot of people don't know his primary use, but this move is primarily used for because everyone's afraid of command grab. You can match, but they gave him this move. Then he has one of the most unique specials in the game, which is 2S. He can do 1S, 2S, or 3S. So depending on direction. Really hard to super dash, as you just saw. He can just control the range. So you can kind of bait your opponents to coming in. So most of the specials he has. Supers. He has one of the coolest supers obviously in the game. He's got Kerker. Those who remember the scene, especially on this stage. And depending on the buttons you press, will be the ender. So obviously when he's in level 1 or the base form, he's got 3 moves. When he's in the next one, he's got 5, and he's got 7. But the bang for his buck lies in Spirit Bomb. So obviously he has the classic Goku move Spirit Bomb, which deals a load of damage. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're going to first talk about his buttons up close. So this is what, as we always talk in these videos, we talk about zones. We talk about up close, mid range, and far. So up close, base Goku has a great jab, which is safe. 2L, which is safe as well, -4. As you see, the speed of it is 6 frames, so that's not punishable. He can chain it. What chaining is when you press it at the same time, so it gives him really, really great confirms. He can also do 5LL, which is still safe on block. Even the push, which again is still safe on block. So he's really helpful if you kind of mess up your combos, because he has that as well. Pushes the opponent far. He also, and at any moment, he has obviously a 2M. But obviously it's punishable, but from far he can cancel it straight away into 5M, which is safe. So at a glance, he's got loads of these tools. He's got 5H, 6H, normal Goku, 4. But at a glance, obviously, he can always do command grab. And that's the fear. So it's not even, he has obviously different command grabs, the M. And he also has VX, which allows for unique follow-ups. But the strength of this character is playing around your opponent's fear of this move and mixing up with this. So just those two simple options with Veto are really, really strong and very special. Now, the first thing a lot of people will ask is, so he looks like he has, what's his game plan? What are his win conditions? Now, Goku up close, he really wants to get into this position. Making your opponent guess, especially as a character who's a grappler per se, is where he shines. So if his opponent decides to not crouch, for instance, they're afraid of the grab, that's a lot of damage you're about to lose. So Goku is to make the opponent fear. One of the win conditions is obviously getting here and establishing this game, especially this, trying to cross someone up and doing same time this as well, which is really, really strong. See, that's 0 on block there. Crazy, right? So that's his game, and also he has one of the fastest coming bars, especially when he's done. Here it's -9, but when he's done like this, one more time, sorry. So there, I'm terrible, guys. There we go. Tiger knee, -2. So when he's done just off of the ground, it's a hell of a lot safer. So it's very powerful. So his goal is to kind of get in by any means. So when he's this far, he does have this, but he does have this to get in and bait his opponent. So he really relies on his opponent making mistakes. So baiting the opponent, especially up close. When he's up close, that's why he has shoulders. So he does this into a string. You see right there, you can bait it, bait your opponent. Is he on? Yeah, he's on. So it's on random. See right there, you have a long time to bait the opponent out there, or even just wait. Even just wait. He can 2H right after. So I'm pretty terrible. So right there. So this character's scary at a glance. He's got a very good 5S game. He can 2H at pretty much any moment. Full screen if you throw around four key blasts. He can 2H just that's common when you Goku. Mid screen is around 2, then you can 2H. And up close is 2 as well. And then you can 2H. So traditionally he has all the same tools that keep normal Goku strong, right? Now, as to the forward, so your plan is to kind of get in. So you're kind of going to get in from here and then start playing your game. Now, another game plan of Goku's, which actually extends to his partners, is Spirit Bomb. So Goku's primary, you saw the power of Spirit Bomb. To do it himself is hard, but to do it with one of his partners, actually really easy. So let's pick Team Gohan. As you can see there, Spirit Bomb, if done with the correct conditions, does a ridiculous amount of damage. And that's picking the right partners. So some of the things that I think we're gonna boil it down to kind of two things he looks down for, obviously in a game plan or win conditions is yes, he's not very good full screen or dealing with that, but his partners kind of help that. So you kind of build partners that either help him get in or once he's inside, help him set up a game in which not on jump, but they help Goku set up a game in which if my opponent jumps, you're ready to command grab or make the command grab safe. So if we're gonna do this right there, so he can do stuff like that where he's whiffing command grab. A whiff is obviously a missed move. So if you misjudge the command grab, oh well, you know what? Let me call Cooler or Gohan to kind of help me then. So that's one thing kind of looks in the partner, people who allow him to do that, but he also looks for partners that if he changes the assist to Tohan B and probably Cooler C, or yeah, just try Cooler B. He looks for partners that allow him to bait the opponent again. So just like we did with the 2X, or we're baiting the opponent to do a move. Let's take off jump. Just like we do with that when he did the shoulder. Oh, terrible. Yeah? You can do this in an assist and then be ready to H, and then that's for big damage. So a lot of his partners either do that or with Cooler just really help him get in. So he himself has to rely on obviously this. Cooler can help him get in, obviously get through projectiles. Now that's for Cooler. Those are his win conditions. Now I'm not going to sorry base Goku. Now fighting against we talked about how he obviously needs partners to help him here. So that alone makes him very resource dependent. He's very dependent on his resources. So damage alone by himself from the command grab is negligible. It's not that much damage compared to full health. If he was to spend, he has to spend a bar. Spend a bar to do real big damage. You have to spend a lot of resources just to do it, to just get a command grab. So if your opponent is very stocky or they're very patient on defense, it can actually be very troubling for base Goku to kind of deal with because he doesn't really have a way to kind of force his opponent to say, no, don't take the command grab. So you have DR to go around that as well. And one of his only approaches as well, full screen, is he has his Kamehameha. So at first glance, I did say it was one of the fastest. However, when we add in the fact that you were playing online and reflect is one of the fastest, so blocking this is really hard. So a lot of people try to super dash the command grab, but Goku can actually block, right? So let me set that recording up again. Let's smash reflex. Let's see it. So Goku can actually block. This normally happens. It's really, really safe, right? However, if you practice, you can actually reflect it while you're moving forward. This is kind of the correct approach to facing Goku. And he's always punishable right after. So this is actually very hard for your opponent to see. Your opponent might not see this. Because to confirm this is actually really hard. So his beam alone, one way of facing against it is reflecting it. So that's his only approach to getting in. So That's his approach. So Goku has to build his teammates. So he's spending assists. He's spending his assists to help him get in. So that means when he's actually in to deal damage, he doesn't really have kind of extensions with those assists because he's kind of used those resources to do that. So the damage that he'll deal, obviously by himself, or that it is negligible to a point, obviously outside of limit break and spark. Um, the damage you'll do there is negligible, so you can actually fight around that. Now let's go to the character select. And let's look at base Goku. So yeah, as we said before, um, base Goku kind of the things you're looking for in a game plan or kind of the win conditions. You're looking for a multitude of things. If we just boil them down to one or three things out of the many, one of the biggest would be kind of who gives him Spirit Bomb. So if we just go by the top, he can obviously he himself can do it too. So Vegeta can grow him Spirit Bomb. Yamcha is a character that can grow him Spirit Bomb. And if we go to base Goku again, of Super Saiyan Goku, Kid Buu, and Nappa, Nappa, and also probably Ginyu and obviously S Broly. So these are characters that can grant base Goku the power to do Spirit Bomb, and I'm not even going to the rest of the class. So that's one avenue you could look at. Another avenue from looking at his tools is, as I said before, he's very resource dependent. So if you want to have assists that help him have that meta game of command grab or not, or forcing the opponent to super dash, assists that really entice one super dash. You have Super Saiyan Vegeta, his aim assist obviously, or if we just go to the ones I used before, I used Cooler of these two. Gohan, A assist obviously will help him do the command grab if someone jumps, but also B assist entices someone to jump. Cooler the same, his DP will really help. His A assist will really help base Goku with the command grab, whereas his B assist or even his C assist will help base Goku get in to deal out that damage. So it doesn't matter the time on the C assist lockdown. It's really helpful for base Goku either way. For that helps him. So yeah, that's those are the win conditions to help him. Some game plans to get you all thinking about the tools of the character. And fighting against the character, I hope those are some things that you can think about because yeah, his 2S as an approach, full screen isn't the best. It can be spaced. So let me show that. I didn't quite show that, did I? Let's go back and show that. So I talked about his Kamehameha, but he's also using that 2S or those fireballs as an approach aren't the best. So if your opponent has really good spacing as well, if your opponent has really good spacing, even if you do two, if your opponent has really good spacing, they can actually punish you. So if your opponent is out of the range of these moves or you miss space, as long as you've let one go, it's over. So you have to be really careful, really specific with base Goku. If you're facing against base Goku full screen, watching out for these 3 points. Like obviously, far, close. So fighting against base Goku, fighting outside of these ranges. So if you're facing base Goku, you can actually be punished. So I'm terrible. Sorry, no. Once he's done two, so once you see two, it's over. And just staying out of those ranges. So if you run into them, you lose. Right there. Okay? But as long as you're out of those ranges, he's very punishable. So yeah, he has to be very careful. So base Goku at all times is, as we talked about, um, close, mid, and far. He has to be very careful. So if full screen, he doesn't reach there. So he has to take a risk. He has to move forward and obviously put you inside of his range, right? So you as the opponent, you should just learn these ranges are very effective and use them against him. But yeah, I hope this video helps. Just for you to help formulate a game plan as playing as base Goku or against. But yeah, any comments, just leave them down in the comment section. I want this kind of to be a community where we can talk, kind of discuss, and use critical thinking of all these characters. But yeah, hope it all good. Take care, and see you in the next video. Peace.